Hello everyone and welcome to 2024. We start the year off with a mystery radio. I can't find the model number stamped on the chassis at all, but it does look very similar or identical to the HMV model 112. And I can only find that chassis in a sort of a tablegram, a record player with a radio in it. So I've gone with that. The circuit looks the same. Unfortunately, when I was taking it out the cabinet, I broke the dial glass. So yeah. As you will see in the photo. Otherwise, it's a good radio. It works well. So without any further talk on that, I'll get straight into that. I've also, because the weather has been pretty bad, rain-wise, we've had 3 times our average January rainfall already, and it's only the 15th or something like that. I've been doing a lot of cabinet work, so I've worked on a 1937 Telefunken, that big huge thing which I've had sitting around for ages and never got around to doing. So I've started sanding that back. I've also done about 5 plastic cases. So I'll show you those as they are put, the radios are put into them. Okay, let's get into it. And here's the 112. This is a bit of a quandary, this one, because it was sold as being fully recapped, but obviously it's not. It's got these big electrolytics here. So this one, that's actually a paper cap, and this one's a big paper cap. This is an electrolytic. I don't know what the value of this until I take it out. So I can't, oh yes I can. It's a 16. And there's another couple down the bottom. If I can bring you down. This camera is a bit close as usual. So down here we've got this one, this brown one. So that's going to be a bit of a mystery, and these two here to do. So it's not in fact fully recapped, and these probably need doing as well in here. So that one and that one. So, but it has been partially recapped. So with this one, and that one's a modern one. That's been done recently. That one, and there's a couple of others as well. The Philips mustard caps, and this one here. So it's had a bit of an interesting life because they're all different eras of cap. So I'm going to get on with it. It does work quite well, but as this is going up for sale in a couple of weeks, I'm going to actually redo it, and I'll replace this power cord too to make it look a little bit better. Okay, I've done the main capacitors, and I've had to do quite a bit of work on this because the original ones, as you saw just then, were down here and there and right up in here. So there's been quite a bit of work done on this. There's a tag strip mounted vertically, and the other 3 new capacitors are here, and there's another one underneath there. So this is still floating in the breeze, unfortunately, but I can't do much about that. It seems to connect over there. I think that's where it connected, because it just fell off. Yeah, and it's quite, well, it's not messy, but there was 4 wires hanging off of this capacitor down here, and now they're up the top there. So hopefully they're all connected. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, okay. So let's power it up and we'll see what is happening. Actually, there's lots of loose bits of solder coming out of this. Now, here we go. Try and get it across here without getting too much of my head in the way. So 100 volts. And we have dial lights, or 1 dial light, I should say. So it's 150. Nothing from the dim bulb. So we'll bring it up to 200. Again, nothing from the dim bulb. I can't hear anything yet. Now the aerial is connected. We have both dial lights working. We've got a very slight hum. Now I'm just wondering, bring it up a little bit more. So that's 220, and that should be plenty for it. That switch is making a noise. Bring this round again. Well, we have the amplifier, but nothing else. Nothing is coming from the RF side or the phono side. Right. So we're getting to that stage now. Just wondering if I've soldered that on properly, which doesn't look like it actually. That was quite a difficult one to get to down there. So I'll resolder that and I'll be back. Now I did check the continuity from this wire here, which seems to go across to this connection here, and then it goes up to here, through the capacitor. So that is definitely negative to earth. This one is definitely negative to earth, and the other one is definitely negative to earth. So I haven't got these capacitors the wrong way round, as I sometimes do. They're quite confusing. So let's we're not getting any. I'm just wondering if this is actually connected to the right terminal here. We should be getting a noise there. This one was bent over. It looked like it was the right terminal. So that doesn't seem to... do anything much. I just can't find a schematic for this, so I'm running blind, as it were. So that makes the connection. Now, when I do this switch, which you can't see, but this is the phono radio switch, and the center one, which the wire is connected to, when that contacts across, it doesn't actually connect to anything. And as I said, it just fell off. So I'm going to stick my neck out here and desolder that, or cut it off or something temporarily, so that's a bit long anyway. And we'll strip this wire back and we'll connect it up temporarily. We'll just touch it there. That made a clicking noise when I touched that, so maybe it is this one. Right, I brought it up to 200 volts again. Turn the volume down just in case. Now this is useful. It is a Technico, but the label has come off at some stage, and it's not on my watch. It seems to have come off a fair while ago, given the browning of that label. But of course it's where the values are. So I'm going to have to try something else and just see what we have here. I'll put this up here. I mean, this might be okay, this cap. It might give a bit of a reading. 0.143, so that's probably a 0.1. So we'll try a 0.1 in there. 141 nanofarads. We come down here and it's 0.2 microfarads. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Right. Let's try it on this, on my good Bryman meter. 0.139, so looks like a 0.1. Right, so I've tacked in a 0.1 and so we'll see how that goes. Turn it down. Absolutely no glow whatsoever from the dim bulb. So I'm going to go to full power in a moment.
900. Now you square him up. You own him. 900,000. 900,000 was Struan. 900,000. Andrew Brown. Will you bid $1 million? Will you bid $1 million on a proper comp? 900,000. 900,000. 900,000. Brown in the $1 million where? There was 900,000. Was Struan. Hold on. We sent it away then. At $900,000 there, Andrew, what do we say? What are we $1 million? Brownie offer 50. Be 950 you like. At $900,000, don't miss him. Quality comp, anybody else one more time around the auditorium. We sent him away. All done. He sells for 900,000. Struan. 775 goes to 900,000. 6 all way.
Well, that's, I don't know whether you could hear that or not, but the that was an auction for a horse, I believe. Well, it must be a horse because it's on the racing station, and it went for $900,000. That's Australian dollars. So that's a lot of money to pay for a horse that may or may not run around the track and win you some money. Ah, dear. Okay, so obviously that little 0.1 didn't work. So we'll try a 0.2 in there, or a 0.22, and we'll see how we go. Okay, we're back again, and the 0.22 is tacked in. Okay, so that sounds a bit better. As I say, I don't have the schematic for this. I cannot find it anywhere. It's not in any of our circuit books or on Radio Museum or anything. Although it's a pretty common model. I've seen this around at auctions a couple of times. So, yeah. But what I'll do is I'll put this capacitor in properly, and I'll change this one next, I think. Yeah. And this has been changed too because this connection up here is pretty bad, and it's got a dag off the end of it. It's got a, yeah, it's a bit of wire. So something was obviously connected to that, or another cap or something. Yeah, this has had quite a bit of work done to it over the years, little bits and pieces, and yeah. So someone obviously liked this radio. Bit of a difference in size here. So yeah, much the same value. 0.25 is the big one, 0.22 at 630 volts, and this one's 400 volts. So caps have come a long way. Unfortunately, We have another anonymous cap, and this one is really dead. It is, I can make out across there that it's a Technico cap again, so we'll have to experiment again with this one. We'll try it, but I doubt this will be any good. And this will give us a bit of an indication whether it's, maybe it will or maybe it won't. Okay, so still got the camera the wrong way around. 128 nanofarad, okay. And 0.14, 0.2. Okay. We'll try 0.2 in there again. And we'll see how that goes. Because it's pretty similar size to this other one. So I suspect that it's going to be the same. But we'll soon find out. Right, that is just about holding. So we'll turn it on. And we'll see if that is the right value. Yep, that is a bit better than the last cap, so I'll make a bit better connection for these, and we'll be back. I'm hoping my soldering iron tip will just about hang on. Yeah, I'm hoping my soldering iron tip will just about hang on. It is looking pretty tired, but yeah, just waiting for it to snap off. But if it gets through this radio, all I've got to do is this cap up the back. Right, it's warming up again, and so it goes super loud. Good. Now, the next thing to do is to clean that up on there, although that's not in permanently. Give it a good alignment, which it sounds like it needs. But to do that, I'll have to turn everything off, and so I'll be back when I've finished the alignment. It's no good doing it with the interference and all that sort of thing. So I'll be back.
Now that second event there from Home Hill, again, just they're running probably around about another 5 to 6 minutes late. So we'll take a break, come back with more. It is 16 past 2. In fact, before we do, we'll update the action at the Australian Open, live action. And Alex de Minaur is on Rod Laver Arena taking on Matteo Arnaldi. And de Minaur's taking the first set 6-3. So looking pretty good. De Minaur, I should say, off to a good start with a 6-3 first set result. Andreeva and Jabeur, women's singles match underway there. Andreeva winning 6-love in the first and leads 3-1 in the second set. And that pretty much brings us up to speed. Carolyn Wozniacki, wildcard here at this.
Jeez, what a